They still continue to sentence individuals in this Julio case, as we see. And this young girl got sentenced. She got 15 years, right? She's a young girl. I believe she has a child as well. I believe, if I'm mistaken. Y'all could probably correct us if we wrong about that. But she's young, 15 years as a young girl, getting that amount of time. She told. It's evident that she told, was on camera, everything she told, you know. So we're not about having call somebody snitch if they didn't snitch either. We're gonna do our homework as well. But you can go ahead and fact check that. She actually gave a statement for 15 years.
She got up out of there.
And she was smiling. Happy with the 15 years.
Yeah, she was cool. She didn't get that life.
That's what I was thinking. You know, think probably
she ain't got that life.
She saw that. She saw them get life, and she like, damn, I got.
Not only did she see them get their life, she seen them duck death. They could have got death easy. If it wasn't for that warden going in there and said, man, let them boys work, they'd have died. They made sense to the judge. Like, damn, he right. Just think about it. Like, we ain't got to kill them, y'all. In other words, this is what he in there saying. He didn't say it in the minute I'm saying it in. I'm breaking it down for you, street terms, what he said. Yana, we ain't got to kill these dudes, man. We can work them like dogs. They near one of these boys is 25 years old. They best years is left. She seen that. If she didn't see it, she heard about them deliberating if they live or die. She is coolio with that 15.
But I think she knew that. I think her lawyers probably prepped her for that early on. She told early on. She went to trial or went to court first, I believe.
Right.
Before them. Because she was separated from their case because she's automatic testifying against them during the trial. So she already knew she wasn't going to get a lighter sentence than what they got. You know what I mean? So her getting that 15 years, she already knew she was getting, like I said, she already knew she was getting something light in regards to that.
Oh, yeah?
She knew it. Like, you're not going to give you life. You telling somebody, you know, you're not giving you life for that.
No.
You know what I mean?
No, I seen dudes get life for telling, though. You still get life when you tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, but because you might have ducked something greater like that death or something. But I seen dudes tell and get life. Yeah. You have them do, you be like, why you even do that, bro? You still here with me forever. You could free me at least. And again, we not up here saying, we just telling you how it goes in the streets and what you're supposed to do and what you're not supposed to do.
Yeah. Yeah, and now she going through this 15 years, but she's still young. How old was she? What, 20 what?
I don't know. She was in her 20s. But I want to say something to what's the name just said right now. Terrell Walker, 1312. What's up? Shout out, family. He said, female prison ain't as rough as the males, so she should breeze through that. 15 years, man. I don't care what type of a cat prison, a mouse prison, a man prison, a girl prison. 15 years in confinement. Confined. We talking about confined. Regardless if you might got all your toiletries and might got nice hot meals and beautiful meal, confined with us all though. For 15 of them. Not 5, not 3, not 2, which is a stretch 2. We talking about 15. So yeah, just think about it in that manner. And then you're right when they say, oh, it ain't all that bad as far as the violence and the conditions of being extra, extra filthy. No, but you still got 15 in confinement. We ain't gonna forget about that. So think about that and tell me if it ain't that bad.
Yeah, but I look at it a little, I mean, probably I never did a substantial amount of time, but 15 years, if I'm looking at somebody getting life, I'm looking at that 15 like it's nothing. Because she already got like a deuce in, right?
Yeah.
So she gonna do about another dime, if that. I don't know how everything go in Florida, how much time you got to do, what's her parole date or whatever the case may be, but 15 might not be that, I don't want to say, I always use the term not that bad, but it ain't life.
Yeah, it ain't life, but I ain't trying to do none of that, bro. See, I was just looking at my age, and I'm older. See, you got dudes like how we had Muji talk up here, man. Shout out to Muj, man. You know what I mean? He caught his case when he was, what, 21?
Yeah.
And he got, what, a 20 to 40? See, that's I'm not saying this, but for the crime that he was convicted of or whatever, that's like, all right, I could stand on that. And I don't want to, but I'm gonna come home 40 something. You gonna be in, you mean you 40? Well, you catching that case now and get that dub in 15? Yeah. That might be worse than life, bro. I went back and did 18 months, bro. Out that 18 months, man, I might have cried 2 months, bro. On looking at the wall tip at night, I'm laid in my bed, and I just turn over and face the wall, and one joint will just fall down its crack. I'm only doing 18 months.
You said what happened?
One joint, one tear, or roll down. Yeah.
Okay.
You talking about what happened? This man is, here you go, back on your.
Good.
Yeah.
You said a couple not on duties earlier, but you was just so serious. I just couldn't shoot you with a not on duty gun. Not on duty.
Yeah, they definitely be in there scissoring. We ain't gonna get into all that. Just
said that.
Ski B7U. Yeah, so yeah, they definitely.
Yeah, but you know, I mean, we talk about the time, the aspect of the time, the hardship of the time. You know, she gonna be up there. You know, she'll be home soon. She's still gonna be young. She might be about 30 something.
Who?
The girl when she
yeah.
She gonna be young.
No, you gonna say 30 something. 15, she gonna, if she like 26, 27, she about 40.
Yeah, she's still young.
If she has, that's still young.
You know, jail's gonna preserve her.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna, she can't get to the drugs like that, alcohol like that. That's not to say that she was using any of that, but if she was, she's gonna recuperate better in that department area of her life because it ain't in there like that. It's in there, but so minute. You know what I mean? So she's gonna have her health intact through not being diminished from drugs or alcohol or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she's not getting sex unless she's scissoring or, you know, masturbation. So that's another, you know, good good health benefit of sustaining from sex. And
yeah, she's 21. She about 35, 36.
Yeah, because she probably got a couple years in already. How long they been fighting? About 2 years?
Mm-hmm.
Has she been locked up the whole time with them?
I believe so.
Gave her fits and she made out.
Yeah.
She made out. But what was her role in that? That's what I want to know.
Ask you a question. What that was your daughter who told like that?
If my daughter told, but she was rocking with him, right?
Yeah.
She was with all the gang banging and like she was a.
I don't really know her role as far as gangbang. I know she was with them when they like rode with them to the Airbnb and set up stuff or whatever case may be. But I don't know if she was like gang or whatever, it's like a gang. But I know she was actually involved. You know, to the point where they arrested her. And they probably arrested her knowing that by arresting her that she was going to tell everybody else. That's how they do it. You know what I'm saying? Give her some type of conspiracy, so forth and so on. But I don't know. I don't know how involved she is in the street stuff.
Yeah, I don't know how involved she is.
But like I said, that was your daughter. Like, how would you?
But if that was my daughter, man, see, this a tricky joint, and I try to answer it for the best of y'all can on some, you know what I'm saying, convict shit / rehabilitated convict shit, because I like using a lot of convict ways out of here because they keep you out the way. You mind your business and all man stuff. So I always apply a little bit of the penitentiary to my outside role. That's just me. I ain't telling nobody else to do it, and I might be burnt out, but just rock with me for a second, y'all. And what would I do? It would have to be if I seen signs of my daughter like getting high, because I think they was out there getting high, like smoking weed, like she was probably a problem child in that manner, smoking weed and drinking. You think she had all these qualities to her at that age?
I mean, she's young, so she hanging with. So I'm assuming she probably might have been doing some of that stuff.
So now, if you her parent, you wouldn't have noticed that.
Yeah, you
like
know,
a certain action, like damn, because we didn't smoke weed and got drunk before. We older.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So you seen your child coming in doing it there. Would you peep it?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so now these are the things. Now, if I'm peeping my daughter out there, like she out there now, you know, especially if I'm around.
One of them was her boyfriend, I believe, though. So that's a little boyfriend she was. So
especially I'm gonna know her boy. Like how you said you gonna know who your sis. You marrying your daughters, but just say if you know you wasn't knowing like that, and then she had a boyfriend, you gonna know who her boyfriend is.
I mean, I would like to. I would hope so. Yeah.
Well, if I'm in my daughter's life, I'm gonna want to know who her boyfriend is
for sure.
If I'm one of them pops and I'm around and you asking me, I'm in her life, and my daughter got locked up behind this foolishness, and she told, I'm gonna know who her boyfriend is. Like, yo, what's up with boy? Like, I wouldn't try to, unless he was one of them wild young boys and they say he busting heads and he crazy. I'm like, yeah, you can't mess with him, babe. Yeah, this little kid right here going to penitentiary or he gonna die. Now, if he was just a misfit and all that, I would have to check up. Like, listen, man, dudes like this, you don't, you know what I mean? He gonna end up going to jail, then you gonna end up having another boyfriend and he gonna be mad at you because it's me that's talking to her. But like, now listen, now I'm just hearing he's just a wild little, I'm not hating on him for that. Yeah. I'm not telling him to stay away from my daughter. This is just me. Because I'm looking at him like this little nigga just need a little polish and he got it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Half the time, them dudes is acting out and doing bad shit, they thorough. Yeah. They just, you're running around crazy as hell. So I'm gonna be looking like, all right, yeah, at least I know my daughter gonna get, if something happen, he gonna punch on something about her.
We're talking about what's called. We talked to what's called. We got an interview coming up too. It's coming real soon Hefe from CCK. He spoke about. He said that he gonna say it in an interview. Y'all gonna hear it, but he spoke about not having the proper old heads, the proper people to give him some type of guidance or say the right things to him about what he was going through, and that propel him into doing some crazy stuff, whether it was taking the wrong deal or committing crimes and breaking law in the streets. Like a lot of the young boys, the youth, they just need somebody to say something to them sometimes. So if you see, like I do this all the time, right? And well, my family got used to it. I stop and talk to a young boy. Like, I might see a young boy and just stop and just talk to him out the blue.
Yeah, I've been doing that lately.
I see him, I just be like, yo, what's up? I see him, he walking past me, I stop, shake their hand, speak to him, give him some encouraging words, because you never know, he could be walking to go commit a murder.
Mm-hmm.
And by you stopping, a murder or robbery or whatever it may be, or getting into some type of trouble, and by you stopping him and saying something to him, you never know what that can do. That can stop him, from doing something or ruin his life. So we got to take the initiative whenever we see a young boy who he can just walking down the street saying what's up, or just see somebody. I mean, just speaking to him and giving some positive words, man. Like, look, it's gonna be cool. Everything gonna be good, man. How you doing with this? How you doing with that? And they just need to hear that, man.
Mm-hmm.
And it helps them, man. Because we was young boys. We was listening to each other and doing a lot of stuff we shouldn't have did a lot of times. And maybe if somebody would have stopped us and talked to us, we might have listened. Or not. Maybe not. But, you just never know.
You never know. And that's the sad part about it, man. But like I said, if I was to see her and then her little boyfriend got caught up but like I said, I'm going to see little treats as far as I'll be always warning her, like, yo, if you can't be getting high in this roof, why is you getting high in there? And I'm seeing her running around. I'm like, yo, what's up with dude, man? Watch yourself with him and this and that. And then she go to jail and she tell.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be like, damn, man. I wouldn't, that's my daughter. Like, I'm not in the streets no more. That's my daughter. I'd be like, I would try to talk her out of it.
Out of telling?
Yeah. If I were, street would be like, yeah, man, listen, like, what you doing? Like, just say you don't know what's going on. And I'm not saying this is the right thing to do, y'all. I'm saying me. I'd be like, yo, you was running around with them now, you caught up or whatever, and then you telling on them boys, man. This can lead to more problems. You can get one of us killed. I'm gonna let her know the severity of it.
Mm-hmm.
You can get your mama and say she got a sister, then you in a whole nother world. I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing with my kids, bro.
Yo.
I'm not sugarcoating nothing with my kids.
Yo, it's
bro.
crazy. We talked to my daughter today, boss. And we was in the car. I had my daughter with me all day today.
Yeah.
So I had her in the car with us. And she was like, something happened. We was talking about something. She was like, yeah, I would tell. She said, yeah, you got to tell, stuff like that. So I already know my baby telling. I already know. It was something. What we was talking about? We was talking about something. She was like, yeah, I would tell.
Yeah.
I said, there you go.
She's a law-abiding citizen. That lady ain't part of the streets. That lady is raised up preppy.
She said, I'm telling. I said, all right, well, cool. All right. At least I know.
Terrell Walker, 1312, he said, Black, as a convict, you letting your daughter do life chasing behind some knuckleheads? It's out my hands, bro. It's out my hands. And when I say that, meaning I'm gonna know if this is my daughter and I'm around, I'm gonna know her. I'm gonna know her moves. I'm gonna know my kids' moves. And if I see her with now, mind you, if my daughter of age, I'm not letting her be young and hot in the pants. This girl was 20 years old, 19. I'm not telling my daughter she can't have a little. If she meet one or whatever, I'm like, well, no, you can't have no boyfriends in there. I ain't one of them type of dads. Mm-hmm. You got to be extra gentle when it comes to them baby girls, man, because you'll break them and you'll have them. That's what I think anyway. And you'll have them shying away from you. Like, can't tell Pop nothing. He be all on. I want them to tell me everything. And I don't care how much it can hurt, because I can't stop you from what you're doing, but I can direct you from the doing to what you should be doing.
For sure.
And that's just it, man. So I'm not letting her, but if it came down to it, and because all the way up until this, if I'm seeing traits of her being with knuckleheads and, getting high, whatever the case, and I'm not saying that's the case, but when you have something like this is usually the case in the neighborhood. Mm-hmm. Would you agree?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that is good, but 9 times out of 10, this is what's going on. She running with a Brad group. They smoking weed. I'm quite sure all of them get high and drink. You got to remember, I'm 45 now, and I was 19, 18, 17. I've been their age. They got to get our age. So with that being said, I'm not letting she did that on her own. She did that on her own. She got caught up in some knucklehead stuff. Now, mind you, along the way, I'm going to give her some nausea, which is advice. I'm gonna talk to her about it. Yo, you can't be running around doing this. You can't be. I don't want bad for my daughter. I don't want her getting prematurely pregnant and this and that. I want her to be. So I'm gonna be stern about that, but I'm gonna be telling her. But if she still continue to do it and do it, because I can't. I'm not gonna beat her at 19 and 20. What, I'm go take her and whoop her behind and snatch her in the house and drag her all around?
She gonna run away. Do that?
Nah. You might, and I'm not saying you will, but if you do, okay, I respect your approach to it, but that's just not mine. So I don't really think that I'm letting her do life, if that answers your question.
I'm saying, look at the picture that they got on this